Hello and welcome to another Genshin Impact video. Today I'm going to rank all the Fontaine characters in a tier list. And yeah, this is the first time I'm doing a tier list video. I've wanted to do one for a while, and yeah, I thought that now that the Archon quest is over, the 4.2 Fontaine Archon quest, it's a good opportunity to, do a Fontaine character tier list. I found a pretty nice tier list on Tiermaker here that has all the Genshin characters up to 4.2 and some unreleased ones like Navia. And I just put all the Fontaine characters here in the first row and just gonna go through them and rank them based on my opinion. Yeah, so this is not a gameplay list of some kind. It would be kind of pointless to do a gameplay list anyway, since some of these characters are not released yet. It's just based on my personal opinion, what I think of these characters after playing through the Archon quest. So yeah, and I think the way I'm gonna go about this is that I'm gonna go tier by tier, starting with the lowest tier and then working my way up to S tier. Also, I think I'm probably gonna exclude Chef Ruse, since I just don't know enough about her. And I think she's just, so far, her only appearance, quote unquote, is in some character voice lines. And I haven't listened to any of those, so I don't know anything about her, so I'm not gonna rank her in this tier list, because, it wouldn't be fair. And then Skirk, I also think I'm gonna exclude, even though she did appear in the Archon quest, but she only was there for like 5 minutes, if even that, and yeah, I also feel like I don't really know enough about her yet to rank her. But maybe I'm gonna include her. I don't know about Skirk, but I'm definitely not gonna include Chef Ruse. But yeah, with that being said, let's just start the tier list with the D tier. And I should probably mention here that I don't really hate any of these characters, so even if they're in D tier, it doesn't mean that they are really bad characters or something like that. It's just that I personally don't really care about them. And yeah, the first character that I'm gonna put here is Fremine. He is kinda just there. I don't know. He doesn't really play much of a role in the Archon quest. You could probably cut him out completely and it wouldn't change much. And also his personality is really shy, and normally I'm not really against shy characters, but for some reason, when it comes to him, it just, I don't know, it feels kind of boring. And also I'm not the biggest fan of his design. I mean, his helmet is pretty cool, but when he takes off the helmet, I don't know, I'm not a fan of his haircut and his face for some reason, I don't know. I just don't really care about him. So yeah, that's why he is in D tier. Again, no offense to any Femine fans, but he's just not my cup of tea. Now, the second character I'm gonna put in D tier is Sigwin. Yeah, she's kind of, I don't know. The Fortress of Meropide part in general was like my least favorite part of the Fontaine Archon quest. It felt pretty repetitive at some points, and Sigwin was a big part of that, of that Archon quest of the Fortress of Meropide. And she's just kinda not that interesting. Also, I really wish they just gave us an actual Melusine as a character, a playable character. I mean, she's not playable yet, but she's gonna be. But instead, we just got another child, and we already got a bunch of these. It would have been really cool to have an actual Melusine, and not like a human-looking Melusine. She doesn't really look like a Melusine that much, But yeah, it is what it is. I just kind of felt that they kind of hinted at something with her, with like her evil talk at some point during the Archon quest, and then turned out it was just, oh yeah, because Melusines view the world differently, and that's why she seemed so evil at some point, but I don't know, it just didn't hit the mark for me. And then Wesley is kind of in a similar boat, since he also is a big part of the Meropide part of the Archon quest, which, again, my least favorite part of the Fontaine Archon quest. But he at least has the rule of cool going for him. That's why I'm gonna put him in C tier. Since, yeah, again, rule of cool. He's a pretty cool dude, but other than that, I'm not a big fan. Yeah, it's just the Fortress of Meropide, apparently. All the characters that played a role there, just, not that great. And two other characters that obviously played a part there are Lynette and Linny. But they also play parts in the entire Archon quest, not just the Fortress of Meropide. Which is why I would rank them actually above Risley. I kinda do like them, but at the same time, I don't like them enough to put them in a higher tier. I thought the magic show and the whole murder mystery was done really well, but Linny himself was just not really able to, you know, make me like him that much. And Lynette, I like a little bit more, mainly because of her gameplay, because I love her skill, because I love Yelan's skill, and it's basically Yelan's skill but a little bit weaker. That's why I think Lynette is above Linny for me, but they're pretty much the same. They come as a pair, so they're in the same tier. So yeah, so much for C tier and D tier. I think there aren't any other characters down there, so let's go rank characters in B tier. I think there are 2 characters that I'm gonna put in B tier, and the first one is Charlotte. Charlotte is really nice. I already liked her when we got to see her for the first time in, like, when was it? 3.6? 3.7? I don't know. She was the first Fontaine character that we got to see in-game besides NPCs. And yeah, I think she's really cute. I like that she is a journalist. Yeah, it's pretty unique. I don't think we have any other journalist characters in Genshin so far. And also her outfit is just really nice. I really like her drip. But other than that, she doesn't really have that much going for her. So that's why she's only in B tier. But yeah, definitely above these other characters here for me. Then the second character I'm gonna put in B tier is Alucino. Now Alucino is kind of a character that I'm a bit disappointed in. I was expecting her to be at least A tier. I was really excited for her. But then when I played the Fontaine Archon quest, she was just, you know, disappointing. I don't know, her entire role in that Archon quest was basically just to bully Farina a bit, and then to help with the evacuation and rescue during the whole prophecy crisis. And she did most of that off screen. Then even her getting the Gnosis was just scribed by Neuvillette, and it all happened off screen. And in the end she didn't really do much. And yeah, I just kind of was expecting way more from her. I was expecting her to play a big part in all the things happening in Fontaine, and she just didn't. So yeah, even though I was expecting her to be like A tier, I just can't put her there. Not after playing the Archon quest. She's B, sadly. So I gotta say, her character design is still amazing. But character design alone is just not enough to put a character in A or even S tier, since a lot of Genshin characters have really awesome designs, so that's not really something that puts her apart from most other characters in this game. So yeah, now we are reaching the top tiers here, the A and S tier. And yeah, we have 4 characters left, and the first one I'm gonna put in A tier is Chlorinde. Chlorinde actually was the character that I was expecting to be my favorite Fontaine character. When they released that trailer a few weeks before Fontaine, where they showed all the Fontaine characters for the first time, I was not really interested in most of these characters, except Chlorinde. When I saw Chlorinde in the trailer, I was like, holy shit, she's awesome. I want her. So yeah, I was really excited to see her in the actual game. And while she didn't really disappoint, she also didn't really reach the heights that I was expecting. So I can't really put her in S tier, but she's still a very solid A tier for me. And I'm definitely gonna roll for her when she comes out eventually. Then the second character in A tier is gonna be Neuvillette, and I'm actually gonna put him above Chlorinde, I think. So yeah, Neuvillette really surprised me. I didn't expect much from him. But then during the Archon quest, the entire Archon quest, whether it be 4.0, 4.1 or 4.2, just all throughout the Archon quest, he was absolutely amazing. He is now my favorite male character in Genshin. Like before it was, I think, Child or maybe Cyno, I don't know. I don't even think I really had a favorite male character before Neuvillette. I had some characters that I liked, some male characters that I liked, but none that really stood out to me enough to be like, oh yeah, that's definitely my favorite. But now I can say Neuvillette, he really convinced me. He's amazing. Yeah, I love him. I wrote for him on my auto account. I couldn't on my main because I was saving for Farina and Navia. And yeah, but I at least have him on my auto account, and he is not just amazing in the lore and the Archon quests, but also amazing gameplay wise. Again, this is not a gameplay list, but yeah, I just wanted to mention it. So yeah, that's it for A tier, and now it's obvious who's gonna be in S tier, because there are only Navia and Farina left, so let's just put them there right away. And yeah, Skirk again, like I said, I don't really think I can rank her yet, same as Chevrus. So far, maybe she would be a B tier or something, but I'm just gonna ignore her for now. Yeah, and focus on the other characters. Now, like I already said, after that first Fontaine trailer, I was expecting Chlorinde to be at the top here. But then during 4.0, where we had a lot of interactions with Navia, Navia really convinced me, made me fall in love with her. She was amazing there. The whole mystery of her father's death, of the missing persons case, the disappearing young women case. It was amazing. It was really well written. Her character is well written. He just blew me away and turned into my favorite character really quickly when I played the 4.0 Archon quest. Furina, on the other hand, while I did like her from the beginning, I thought she was just kind of a fun character, but nothing too special. She was like B tier when I saw her for the first time. Then when I played the Archon quest, I was like, yeah, maybe like high B, low A tier. But we all know what happened in 4.2, you know, and her story, backstory, her suffering for the 500 years that she was the quote-unquote Hydro Archon, all she did, and then her story quest, it was all so amazing, it was so beautiful, it was so well written, and she's such a tragic character, but at the same time cute, and you just want to headpet her, and I don't know, I really, really like Furina now. I don't even know which one of these two is my favorite Fontaine character now. Both of these, absolutely amazing. Navia and Furina are top tier Genshin characters. Really can't overstate how much these characters grew on me during the Archon quest. The writers really did an amazing job, especially with Furina. Yeah, I think actually Navia might still be my favorite, but the writing for Furina is definitely one of the best in the game, if not the best. And I think a lot of people actually agree with that, since there's a lot of Furina love going around recently. Everyone seems to like her. And yeah, I'm probably also gonna roll for C1 Furina in the next few days before her banner ends. I originally planned only going for C0, but that was before I played the Archon quest in 4.2. So I'm really tempted to go for C1, because even if I go for C1 Furina, I'm still gonna have enough Primo Gems to get Navia and maybe even her weapon. And Navia's constellations, according to the leaks, don't seem to be that good, so I'm probably fine with C0 Navia. Instead gonna get her weapon, because that weapon looks really awesome. But I'm gonna stop talking about leaks now, because I know some people don't really want to hear about leaks, so... But yeah, that's my Fontaine character tier list. Yeah, I think I'm fine with how this tier list looks. Let me go over it again real quick. Yeah, it looks good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments whether you agree or disagree with me, or what you think of these characters, and who are your favorites. And also, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, have a nice day.